Commissioners, you guys are live.
Good evening and welcome. This is a regular scheduled business meeting of the Valencia County Commission for July 2nd, 2025. Representative Valmoya, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, commissioners, have the agenda before us this evening. Are there any changes by fellow commissioners? Changes by staff? Anything on the agenda? Appears there's none. Is there a recommendation, please?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
We have a motion to approve the agenda by Commissioner Bazell, seconded by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Just keep it. There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The agenda is approved as presented. Okay, approval of minutes. We got two sets of minutes. We got our 6/4/2025 ICIP workshop. Any changes to that set of minutes?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Mr. Martin saying.
Okay. Oh, with the business meeting also. Correct. Thank you. So we had the ICIP workshop, public hearing, business meeting on 6/4/2025. Anything on those sets of minutes? I'm going to take these separate because we have a change or an error on the second one. Okay, there's no changes to the first set of minutes for the ICIP workshop and public hearing business meetings. Is there a recommendation to approve those as presented?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve the 6/4/2025 ICIP workshop and public hearing minutes by Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Sparkman. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Those are approved. Oh. Okay, our 6/23/2025 emergency commission meeting. There is one error that I found on those. The time is showing 11:06 p.m. It's actually 11:06 a.m.
Excuse me, Chairman, your
Yeah.
mic was off
I'm
or
sorry.
very low.
I'm sorry, that was my fault.
That's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our 6/23/2025 emergency commission meeting, emergency meeting. The time that the meeting was called to order is incorrect. It should have been AM instead of PM. That's the only correction I saw on those. Are any other corrections by fellow commissioners? There be none. Is there a motion to approve the emergency commission meeting minutes as amended?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion or the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Those are approved as amended. We have no public comment this evening, so we'll go ahead and move on to our non-action discussion items. Commissioners, is there anything you wish to bring up tonight?
Sure. I think we have another minute. We have
Okay,
3.
thank you.
Is there a third set?
Thank you. Okay, now we'll go ahead and move on to our discussion on action items. Commissioners, anything you wish to bring up this evening?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
I have two items to bring up. One is the Red Cross reached out and they have done their assessment. So if any families had property damage that was unrepairable and need financial assistance, they're now taking applications. So you can reach out to the American Red Cross on Osuna and they will try to help you in any way possible financially now. And the second item I have is I'd like to thank the commission and Julia and the manager. We got to tour the hospital progress this afternoon, and I'm sure Julia will be putting it out on the newspaper here shortly. And Bradbury and Stans did commit that they would come next month and give an update to the public. And but they did tell us they were all on schedule, to no major concerns, and should open up on schedule.
Good. Anybody else?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
So we got to attend the New Mexico Counties Conference in Clovis, New Mexico. And I just wanted to thank Manager Aragon for all the work and all the resources that, through his years of serving, he's been able to leverage for our county. It's really impressive that you have such pull, not just at the New Mexico counties level, but at the National Association of Counties level as well. Also wanted to commend you, Mr. Chair. It's really impressive that you're the sole appointee to represent our state at the national level. So wanted to commend you both for the weight that you guys pull at these organizations.
Thank you. Okay, along those same lines, at the annual conference for New Mexico counties, we did have our board of directors meeting. I'm just going to give a brief update on that. At that meeting, we had the annual elections. Our outgoing president was Annie Hoagland, the assessor for Curry County. The new president is Terry Fortner. She's a commissioner, actually commission chair for San Juan County. Really good person, very knowledgeable. I think she's going to do a good job as president for the upcoming year. President-elect is Tina Dixon, commissioner from Roosevelt County. Vice President Vicki Marquardt from Otero County. She's also a commissioner. And the NACO board representatives this year, Danny Monette, our former county manager, commissioner for Socorro County, was elected to that board, and I was also elected to that same NACO board. I kept my seat. Our Western Interstate Regional Board, Mr. Clay Kiesling, commissioner from Union County, was elected to that board along with Commissioner Seth Martin from Curry County. So those elections took place and we got some good representation. So looking forward to another good year with New Mexico counties and also with the NACO board. Jonathan, is there anything you wish to bring up on that?
No, I just want to first thank Commissioner Berry for your kind words. It's very nice. Yeah, we've got a really good team from New Mexico that meets here and talks legislative stuff for New Mexico in the state, as well as the team that they elect to go to the National Association of Counties. So this group that just got reelected, and Mr. Monette has plenty of years of service prior to even becoming a manager on the New Mexico County's leadership. He's going to do very well in that position. So got good representation for the state. And congratulations to Commissioner Size for getting reelected. It's pretty big when 33 of your peers elected to such an important position. So congrats.
Thank you.
If I can do a few other discussion items. God, it seems like the Clovis conference was eons ago now with the fire disruption in the middle of it. But I just want to, I know we thanked everybody the other day during the declaration, but the things that have happened since then is truly amazing in this county. The community members are awesome. Our representatives, our senators, everybody, came out. Our local partners, as far as municipalities, everybody has reached out, and then just the love of the community members for their community, it's special. So I just want to bring that back up on a meeting where we're not so stressed and can understand what happened, because it was significant, and this this town we live in is amazing. So we're lucky. And of course, the fire crews, God, from everywhere, our own Albuquerque, the entire state, as far as North Dakota, like, that's just, we've got a great team, and Chief Props at the head of that for sure. And we thank him for getting all these agreements in place to be able to have that type of response as quickly as we did. So thank you to our fire as well. Speaking of NACO, we have our NACO annual conference next week. Many of us are going to be traveling to that, so our meeting for next week was canceled. I'm sorry, it's not next week, it's the following week, but that meeting is canceled and moved to the 23rd. So we will see you on the 23rd for a budget / business meeting. And then just to follow up from a request that the commission had a couple of weeks ago when we passed the half mil for the Water Authority Board. Flood Control District. I reached out to the entire board, let them know of your concerns, and that, we'd like to have them present at a meeting to discuss with y'all and the public, and let them know what that money will be used for, as far as the mill that we passed, and they respectfully declined. Y'all have a correspondence with them. I gave you all a copy, and you can read that at your leisure. We reached out. And that should do it for me.
Okay. Anything else, commissioners? Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to item number 6. This is a presentation. It's the final sale report of the Valencia County, New Mexico General Obligation Bond Series 2025. And we got Catherine McKinney with us. I don't know if that mic's on.
Oh, yes, here we go.
Thank
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman Size, members of the commission. I'm Catherine McKinney with Modrell Sperling. We serve as your bond counsel. This is the last step in the issuance of your last installment of general obligation bonds from your 2022 election. On June 4th, you passed the bond ordinance for the issuance of the bonds. Those bonds were priced with the New Mexico Finance Authority on June 12th. In your packet is the pricing certificate that resulted from that process. The bonds ended up with a net effective interest rate of 2.44%. The NMFA does not charge any underwriting discount, so that was 0. The bonds mature 2025 through 2029. And actually, a good chunk of it gets paid off this August. $2.5 million out of the $3.5 million will be paid off August 1st of 2025. The remaining $1 million will be paid off over the remainder of the life of the bonds through 2039. Pardon me. So this now exhausts all of the voter authorization from your 2022 election. The bonds can be prepaid anytime after July 18th, 2035. So that's a 10-year call, standard call on many bond issues. And I think you had asked about the bonding capacity last time. So based on your 2024 assessed value, the county had about a little less than 85 million in bonding capacity before this. So this will make just a small dent into that 85 million with this 3.5 million issuance. And that incorporates your 2019, 2020, and 2023 bonds that are outstanding. So that's really the summary of how the pricing went with the Finance Authority. I'm happy to answer any questions. The bonds are scheduled to close on July 18th, and at that point, the county will have the proceeds available to spend on the projects and get on with the construction and spending.
Very good. Any questions, Ms. McKinney?
Sure.
Please.
Thank you for getting back and letting us know that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else, commissioners? Okay, well, thank you very much. We
Thank you.
appreciate all the hard work you put into this and we look forward to continue to relationship with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Okay, item number 7 is also a presentation. It's the transfer of the Valencia County Fairgrounds, and we got Mr. Jeremiah Ash. Good evening.
Tessa, can you bring up that slideshow?
There we go. Is that better? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Aragon, for sponsoring the topic here tonight. My name's Jeremiah Ash. I'm a member of the Real Estate Committee for Valencia Fair Management Company. With me tonight is Miss Debbie Thompson. She's a board member. We're here tonight to request that official discussions begin regarding the potential donation of the Valencia County Fairgrounds to Valencia County. I'll give you a little bit of history. County Fair started sometime around the time that New Mexico became a state. It moved around sporadically. And in 1946, the Valencia County Fair Association was formed. About that same time, they purchased what is now the county fairgrounds at 14 I-25 bypass. And the fair has been held there annually every year since. A quick overview of the property. It's about a little over 33 acres. There's approximately 28,000 square foot of covered area, 13,750 square feet of evaporative cooled area, 650 square feet of kitchen, 800 square feet of restrooms, and about 6,400 square feet of covered open area. There's utilities there at the fairgrounds already, water, sewer, at the property line. Multiple services for electricity exist. And there's multiple egress and points to the property as well. The overall objectives here would be to donate the fairgrounds to the county. By doing that, it enhances and the improvement of the facility long term for the benefit of the community. It allows the county fair board to focus on operating the very best county fair that they can. And it also provides the county with the opportunity of hosting multiple events, horse shows, all kinds of different things. There's a lot of possibilities there. The second objective here tonight is, the objective would be to negotiate an arrangement where the fair board can host a county fair there in perpetuity. We would like to, have some assurance that we can have the fair there, and hopefully any, lease would be offset by the value of the donation. We want to do that for a couple of things. We want to ensure that there's continuity in the longstanding tradition of having the county fair there. And then it also honors the intent of the original founders and shareholders of the county fair, which was to have a county fair there for forever. So again, we're not here to really discuss any particular terms. We would just like to open the door to start some official discussions. The next steps from our perspective would be for on our side to maybe develop or begin developing a list of terms, and then maybe schedule some meetings officially. That's all I have here for tonight. So with that, I'll stand for questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
It's not really a question, it's more of a comment. I know Commissioner Richardson started some stuff for Highway 6 years ago and trying to get some land donated to try to do a community event center for the public. And we've had some discussions, myself and Manager Aragon, with the Fair Board. And I think this is such a great opportunity for the whole community, not just for the kids, but for adults. There's not a lot of places that people can go. We can have a community center, for horse shows, dog shows, everything. And I look at other counties like Socorro, they've got that big covered arena, and they've been able to bring different events from all over the state. And it would be great. We're close enough to Albuquerque. We're close, we're right in the middle of the state where events would, if we have a good facility, they would come. And so I think it'd help our tourism. It would help every aspect of the community. I know Los Lunas was trying to do something over there at the grasslands. So we got, thanks to our state reps and our senators, we've got money to do a community event center. And I think this is a great opportunity for Valencia County to actually take our state funds and do something for the community. So I think this is a great opportunity.
Thank you. Anyone else,
Mr. Chairman?
please?
Annually, how much does it cost to operate this location?
Yeah, our treasurer isn't here tonight, and I don't know, sir, so I'd have to get back to you on that. But we put on the fair, about $20,000 a year to actually operate the fair. I think it fluctuates depending on the events that we host, what the cost is for the rest of the year. And also, maintenance is kind of a fluctuating cost for us. Many of the facilities there are older. So, again, that cost tends to fluctuate quite a bit.
Anyone else,
Mr. Chair,
please?
this is a question maybe for Manager Aragon here. We received some state appropriations for a event center. Do you recall the total, what that number was?
I believe it was 1.5 million. Head of MES,
I think it was 2 million that got approved.
I could be wrong.
Anyways, I think with some of that, the county could do go a long ways to improving that facility. There's I've been on that fairgrounds a bunch with all my kids and all that. There's a lot of room for improvement there for sure. There's a lot of that stuff that's really old. You guys have done a good job in the last 10 years anyways of really improving stuff. It's come a long way, but there's a lot more we could do. I think an important thing, if the county were to take over that facility, I think it would improve the county fair quite a bit. It would give the board the opportunity to just focus on putting on a fair instead of, their volunteer board. Those guys are over there every weekend of the entire year, fixing roofs and grading parking lots and cutting weeds. And it's a process for sure. And I think this would help with that quite a bit. And it's really I think the location is would be pretty conducive to a sports and event complex. I think it's a really good idea, a good thing to look into for sure.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Anything?
I think just to go along with that, I think a conversation I had before, I think maybe it was talked about, where the Fair Board gets its money now, and it's through those animal donors, those donors that donate to the kids sale every year. Well, those same donors also donate to keeping that fairgrounds up. So we're dipping into them twice. And if we're able to alleviate them on those costs for updating the property, maybe the kids can benefit more from a greater pool of money. I know that's always a real benefit to their education, and if we can help, I know it's been a priority of this commission for the many years that I've been a part of it. Kids has always been really a big priority to us, and if we can help them in any way, I think this partnership could really be a way to do that. Since we're unable to really donate to them ourselves, this can alleviate other avenues of funding to do that.
Okay. Well, we know this has been a goal of this commission for several years, and I think it's pretty much our wish to continue the negotiations and see what we can do to make this happen. So your contact would be, of course, Manager Aragon, and you guys work through things, and whatever we need to do at our end, we'll definitely support what needs to be done to get this moving.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Very good. Representative Mirabal Moya, I know you're very instrumental in getting funding for this. Is there anything you wish to say or any questions you may have? If you do, just come up to the mic.
No, you should, you know.
Yeah, earlier he asked me, did you want to talk? And I was like, no, I'm good. But thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. When I first found out that this was a possibility, I definitely jumped at the chance and I was like, yes, please, let's do this because I think this would be amazing for this county. Because I mean, all of us that grew up here in Belen, we all grew up at those fairgrounds. I remember high school days with the BOCC series. I would love to get the BOCC series back to it, you know, that kind of stuff. But there's always been issues because it is aging and it is and they're doing what they can with the resources they have. And I think it would be a great opportunity for the county. And for the constituents of the county, because we could, like you said, pool, hopefully, because we also know that there's a lot of issues going on with fairgrounds in Albuquerque. And if we have something that is pretty close, we could pull some of those events coming over here. And that isn't as expensive as over there. And we can benefit from all of that money and all of that revenue. So I think it would be awesome. Now, one of my questions is, do we know if, is it also incorporating the sheriff's posse, or this is just the fairgrounds, and are we talking to them separately?
At the moment, we're talking with the Fair Board, to be at a later date that the sheriff's posse decides to have conversations with us. But at the moment, it's purely just the Fair Board.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you guys for starting this, and I look forward to seeing what comes of it.
But we look forward to a continued working relationship with all of you guys. So thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead and move on now to our action items. Item number 8 is a resolution declaring a disaster in the county of Valencia for the weather-related flooding in the unincorporated areas of Valencia County and its municipalities. Mr. Pato.
You have for you, Dave.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I apologize. You have before you a draft disaster declaration declaring a disaster for weather-related flooding in the unincorporated areas of the county. And I stand for any questions the board might have regarding the draft declaration.
Any questions of Mr. Pato? Appears there's none. Is the recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote. Commissioner Bazell, your vote.
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote.
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote.
Yes.
And I vote yes, as approved.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-41.
Okay, item 9, approval of recognition and recording of accounts payable and payroll disbursements. Ms. Houston Green?
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. This evening, I have 1 accounts payable and 2 payroll authorizations for your review. On the accounts payable side, for the period of June 1st through June 30th, there were a total of $4,228,622.63 of expenses processed through our office. Of note, the expenses were somewhat higher than normal because of the closing of the fiscal year. We were definitely getting a lot of accounts that had some issues squared away and cleaned up so that we start fresh with the new year. It's my recommendation that these operating expenditures be approved, and I stand for any questions you may have.
Any questions on the accounts payable? If there's none, go ahead and move on to the payroll disbursements.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Valencia County payroll was processed twice during the month of June. The first set of wages was paid on June 13th in the amount of $1,221,858.69. The second set of wages were paid on June 27th in the amount of $1,088,448.44. There are no unusual items to note. They were a little bit higher because we were paying out retention payments and a few of those things for the sheriff's office. It's my recommendation that the payroll expenditures be approved, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions, commissioners? There being done, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote? Yes. I vote yes, they stand approved. Okay. Item 10, approval of a resolution, state bars. Ms. Houston Green.
Yes, this evening there are state budget adjustment requests for your consideration, and as you know, they do affect cash, so they require both your approval as well as the Department of Finance and Administration. The bars this time are quite lengthy, but they do account for any unrecorded revenues that we had received in this last month, as well as the realignment of funds into separate account line items in order to reconcile, excuse me, the budgeted versus the actual expenditures. They are also the final bars for FY25, and they will allow that budget to be closed so we can open the new one for fiscal year 2026. I recommend approval of the state bars, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Ms. Houston Green, commissioners? Here's there's none. Recommendation, please.
Chair, I'd like a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Barry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, they are approved.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-42.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good holiday this weekend.
Likewise. Okay, item 10, approval of a resolution adopting the 2027-2031 infrastructural capital improvement plan. Ms. Benavides.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. I'm here for approval of our resolution for adopting the 2027-2031 ICIP plan. We held a workshop on June 4th and was given direction by the Commission of the top priorities. I'll go ahead and read off those top 10 priorities. Construction, number 1 is construction of a new administration building and district attorney office. Number 2 is the Valencia County Administration Rehabilitation Project. Number 3 is the Valencia School Safety Corridor Improvements Regional Project. Number 4 is the Sports Complex and Fairgrounds Facility in Valencia County. Number 5 is renewable energy for county facilities. Number 6 is the Highland Meadows Community Center / Senior Center. Number 7 is Public Safety and First Responders Communication Project. Number 8 is the Road Department Heavy Equipment Purchase. Number 9 is the Judicial Complex Renovations. And number 10 is the Los Maravillas Park Improvements. With that, I stand for any questions and recommend approval.
Any questions of Ms. Benavides?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
On number 1, the Valencia County Admin and District Attorney, is that, would that include a remodel of this building as well as a new district attorney, or is it all one building? Would it?
From my understanding, that's a whole new facility for both.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chair, I would just encourage you all to look at the top 15. I know we've made a lot of changes to it at the last meeting, and Lena did her best to go back through and listen to the minutes and check it all, but I was all tongue twisted by the time we were doing it. So
A little bit of moving there, huh?
you want to just look down, and know there was a few down all the way down to 15 that you were looking at, making sure we captured. So if anything jumps out at you wrong, we can amend it, but.
Please.
2 things I might add. After that meeting, the Sheriff's Department did contact me to add 2 projects. It's number 13, the crime scene van, and the last one, sorry, I can't get it. The last one was armored and tactile vehicles. So those two were added right after the workshop.
Mr. Chair,
Please.
could you go over what the Valencia County flood protection plan?
That would be part of the flood authority that was just to kind of help them out.
I would recommend that we move those to a much lower level. If they're not willing to come and talk to us, then I do not believe that they should be in the top 15.
I would agree with Commissioner Bezel.
I also agree. I have no issue with that. Do you have a recommendation as to what you want to move up, or do you want to just move up?
I would move those to that and maybe move the sheriff's department, the tactical up, or move.
Would you like me to switch those two? Put that at the bottom, the last, and then the tactical
Yes.
stuff for the sheriff's department
I
there?
don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Would you mind just clarifying the changes that we just made?
Sure.
So we make sure we have them right?
We will swap number 11, the Valencia County flood protection, with number 40.
It's 41.
41.
With number 41, the Valencia Sheriff's Office armored will go up to number 11.
Okay, and then, so 12 to 15, will you just review those?
Everything else will remain the same. Those two will just be switched.
Okay, did you want anything else on that, Jonathan? No, that's good. Commissioners, you're comfortable with 1 through 15?
Yes.
Any other questions of Ms. Benavides? There's none. Recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bezel, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bezel, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-43. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Got it. Okay, item number 12, delegation of authority to manage Aragon to execute HB 450 capital appropriation agreements. Mr. Silva.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Again, we are requesting consideration to delegate authority to Manager Aragon to execute House Bill 450 capital appropriation grant agreements. The State of New Mexico Department of Finance Administration did advise counties that have capital outlay projects identified on HB 450 that they are able to be presented to local boards for approval, since the governor's office has signed them in an effort to have the agreements executed upon receipt from DFA and allow for the projects to start sooner. DFA is currently drafting the agreements, which will also include a reversion date, but the dollar amount and the scope of work for each project are set. The capital outlay projects that Valencia County are set to receive are as follows: $400,000 to purchase and equip a new ambulance for the Valencia County Fire Department, $400,000 to purchase and equip an armored ambulance and rescue vehicle for the Valencia County Fire Department, $150,000 to purchase and equip extrication equipment for fire and rescue apparatus in Valencia County, $100,000 to plan, design, construct, furnish, and equip a multi-generational center in Highland Meadows community in Valencia County, $240,000 to purchase and equip vehicles for the Sheriff's Office in Valencia County, $190,000 to furnish and equip a county sheriff's office training facility in Valencia County. $1,100,000 to plan, design, and construct a sports complex and fairgrounds in Valencia County. And finally, $8.5 million to plan, design, construct, equip, and furnish an acute care hospital in Valencia County. The combined total of the appropriations to be received is the total amount of $11,080,000 and will be dispersed through a reimbursement process. The appropriation, Valencia County will submit to DFA an Exhibit A request for payment form along with supporting documents that evidence the expenses to be reimbursed. With that said, I respectfully request consideration of this item and I stand for any questions.
Any questions, Mr. Silva? There be none. Is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Mr. Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, as approved.
Thank you.
Okay, item 13. Approval of subcontracts with H2 Academic Solutions for FY26 CYFD grant agreement. Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, again, we are requesting consideration to approve subcontracts, my apologies, with H2 Academic Solutions for the FY26 CYFD grant agreement. The county, we're currently in year number 2 of the CYFD Continuum of Graduated Sanctions Agreement. Valencia County has contracted with H2 Academic Solutions over the past 6 years, in which they have continually offered various programs that serve as an alternative to detention for Valencia County youth between the ages of 10 to 17. The 7 programs require a subcontract to be approved annually by the Board of County Commission. The only changes made to the subcontracts were to account for the new fiscal year 2026 term. And just for the record, I'll read off those subcontracts. The Reception Assessment Center for the total amount of $206,250. The Restorative Justice subcontract will be for a total of $16,000. The Day Reporting Center subcontract will be in the amount of $109,500. The Botfin Life Skills contract will be in the amount of $40,000. The Girls Circle subcontract will be in the amount of $14,800. The Boys Council subcontract will be in the amount of $20,800. And finally, the Utility Circle subcontract will be in the amount of $10,400. The total amount of the 7 subcontracts will be for $417,750 and will be entirely funded with the current CYFD grant agreement. The term of these subcontracts will be from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. The Grants Department will continue to work closely to ensure quality assurance and deliverables are being met. With that said, we respectfully request consideration of this item, and myself and Noel Chavez are here for any questions that you might have.
All right, thank you. Hey, Commissioners, any questions? Well, is there anything you wish to say on that Mr. Silva didn't cover?
Just thank you for the continued trust for the last several years. We've worked with, I think each year between 700 and 1,200 unique youth in Valencia County. Our restorative justice program has become so popular that the state has actually reached out to us to help provide restorative justice services to, I think, 6 additional counties outside of Valencia County. We are one of the last counties standing for a day reporting center. From my perspective, we are doing amazing. The kids of Valencia County are really benefiting from the programs, the support that Head of MES has offered. Christine, we have great partnerships with every school district and with juvenile probation. And due to that, students and youth are reaching the goals that they're setting, and we're seeing some good changes in behavior. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Commissioners? The recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion or the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, as approved. Thank you for all you do for the county. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, item 14, approval of a subcontract with Christine Adeline to serve as Continuum Coordinator for the FY26 CYFD grant agreement. Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, again, we are requesting consideration to approve a subcontract with Christine Arein to serve as the Continuum Coordinator for the FY26 CYFD grant agreement. This particular agreement provides for a Continuum Coordinator for an amount up to $60,760 to coordinate the juvenile justice program in order to provide alternatives to detention for juveniles arrested or referred to juvenile probation and parole or are at risk of such referral. Christine was hired in February of 2023 and has met all contractual requirements in each year she has been the Continuum Coordinator. The Juvenile Justice Advisory Board did meet on June 10th, 2025 to consider extending Christine's contract through June 30th, 2026, and ultimately voted to extend this subcontract. This particular subcontract, as mentioned earlier, will be in the amount of $60,760 and will be funded by the CYFD Continuum of Graduated Sanctions Agreement. The term of this subcontract will be from July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. The Grants Department will continue to work closely to ensure quality assurance and deliverables are being met. I would like to note that Christine, she's now the longest serving Continuum Coordinator that we've had. With that, she has then become eligible for a $1 raise. We did get confirmation from CYFD. This will be covered with the existing agreement that we have in place. So she, with that raise, she is eligible for $1,960 in a raise. So with that being said, I respectfully request consideration of this item, and myself or Christine stand for any questions you have.
Commissioners, any questions?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
is she considered a contractor? So she's doing her own like 940s and all that stuff, 941s?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Bizel, yes, that is correct.
And I mean, most people don't understand like the business aspect of it. When you start taking it, that's an awful lot of, as a contractor, she has to do her own. $60,000 really is not that much money because she's having to pay all her own Social Security and benefits. And so might seem like a lot, but it's not in the long run because she's having to do her own stuff. So I just want to make a point that, that's not a lot of money because she's having to do her own, where if she was a county employee, they would be matching those stuff. So thank you for what you do.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Bizel, to that point, previously, right before Christine came on board, they were actually paying $22 an hour. So CYFD did consider making an increase, which was ultimately to $30. And being that Christine is now reaching her third year, she has met that that $1 raise. So I completely agree with you, and we'll continue to fight for funding from CYFD.
Thank you.
We've got another question.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Christine. We're so lucky to have you. And with that, I move to approve.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Barry and members of the board.
And I think the rest of us agree. Thank you, and we appreciate you. So we have a motion for approval by
Second.
Commissioner Barry, second by Commissioner Bizel. Any discussion on the motion of the second?
Mr. Chair.
I want to just throw out some attaboys to you. If many of you recall, just a couple of years ago, this board was going through it, and Mr. Silva got involved, making sure those deliverables are met. Ms. Adeline came on, and they got it humming pretty well. This board's doing very good. You can tell the difference in the quality of work that's happening. There's a lot of activities going on out in the community with these youth. You can see a lot of care for them. Ms. Adeline is doing a wonderful job, and Mr. Silva is doing a wonderful job for the county. As far as this particular board goes, it quickly went from an upside down board to something that's working very, very well together. And it's most definitely due to these two working so hard at making that happen. And then as well as the board members that came on, I just want to congratulate that entire board, doing very well. So thank you both.
Thank you, Manager Aragon.
Thank you. Okay, we had the motion and the second. I'll go to the roll call vote. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, as approved. Thank you, guys. Okay, item 15, approval of the 2024 JAG sub-grant agreement. Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, thank you. Again, we're requesting consideration to accept the 2024 JAG sub-grant agreement number 24-JAG-VCSO-FY26. The Edward Brin Memorial Justice Assistance Grant is the primary provider of federal criminal justice funding to state and local jurisdictions. JAG funds may be used for state and local initiatives, technical assistance, training, personnel, law enforcement, overtime, equipment, supplies, contractual support, and information systems for criminal justice. After meeting with the Valencia County Sheriff's Office, they have chosen to utilize this award to purchase tactical robot equipment and accessories. The awarded amount to the Sheriff's Office is for $36,465.30. This program operates on a reimbursement basis and is effective July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, which does come with monthly and quarterly reporting requirements with no match being required of the county. With that said, I just wanted to clarify. So we did receive shish gap funding to purchase a robot. Unfortunately, that was not enough. So in order to make sure that there's a complete system for the Sheriff's Office, we're using this particular agreement to purchase the equipment accessories. That way it's a complete system. So with that said, I respectfully request consideration of this item, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Silva?
Mr. Chair?
Please.
Just maybe out of curiosity more than anything, do you know what is a tactical robot? What are we doing with that? Sounds kind of cool.
I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question, but from what we've understood, they kind of use it to respond. All right, Roland is here to answer that question.
Thank you.
Here, man.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, commissioners. I would like to answer your question, if that's okay. As the regional SWAT commander, where we find ourselves is a tactical robot is a key element in any kind of standoff situation in reference to SWAT operations. So when we have an armed barricaded subject in there, the whole intent of SWAT is to save lives. And so one of those mechanisms to do that is to establish communication with somebody in a very dangerous area. So when we have an armed barricaded subject, the last thing we want to do is put armed officers to confront them. So we send a robot in there that has a two-way communication device to both identify and speak with and try and talk out. Our crisis negotiators use the robot in that capacity to try and get a peaceful resolution to a very chaotic situation. In addition to that, the robot provides surveillance capabilities and sounds so that we can see what type of environment that we'll be operating in should we have to put actual boots in there. But again, that is the last step we would want to take. Did that answer your question, sir?
Little disappointed it's not RoboCop, but no.
I am too, sir. I was trying to get Spot, which is about a $750,000 piece of equipment, the only one in the state, which they are coming out to give us a demo for. However, through the State Homeland Security Grant Project and the grants department, we were able to secure 70,000. We requested 130 from SHISGAP, but we got 70,000. And so to meet the shortfall and not have any kind of monetary loss at the sheriff's office or from the county, we solicited this JAG grant to fill that capability gap. So JAG has been gracious enough to provide the rest of the equipment we would need to have a successful program.
Any other questions, commissioners?
I was going to say that same thing.
Make a RoboCop joke.
All right, guys. No other questions. Is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Okay, item 16, delegation of authority to county manager to digitally sign the FY26 Reach, Intervene, Support, and Engage RISE program agreement. Mr. Gutierrez, Warden Gutierrez.
Good afternoon, Chair, Commissioners. Yes, I come before you to ask for delegation of authority to Manager Aragon to sign off on our RISE grant that we received from the Health Service Authority. We've been with them for the last 6 years. I'm sorry, Health Service Department. Sorry, the acronyms have been changing quite a bit with them. We've been with them for the last 6 years. It's been a successful program. Our recidivism rates have been somewhere in the range between 93 to 95%, which is amazing. That means a lot of clients that are coming to jail are not coming back to jail. Again, that's very, very good for the county. I look forward to continuing this program as we thought it was going to end on us, and it's continued for the last 6 years. So we're very proactive that it's going to continue on, and we're actually being able to grow this program a little bit more than what we anticipated. Again, this year we were awarded $275,000, which is a little bit less than last year. So we did make some revisions to make the program still run, and right now it's been running very, very well. So I come before you to look for the approval for Manager Aragon to sign off on it, and I stand by for any questions, and I'll introduce my girls once we get from there.
Any questions, Warden Gutierrez?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
not so much onto this, but with the new jail, has the morale gotten better?
Absolutely.
The new facility?
100%. So the females, I'll tell you, were ecstatic. So the females that were housed on this side, you guys have done tours of that side over there. They were so thankful just to be on the new side. And honestly, it's been good. It's been a change for the staff, ourselves. We're walking into a place. I mean, I've been employed with the county for almost 18 years now, and to go back there and call doors, we still get a little confused when we're back there because we don't know what the doors are. So we're looking up at the doors and saying, Jesus, where are we at? So it's very, very nice to see it. It's very nice that it's up to date. The technology on that side, you guys got a tour of it. The technology is up to par. It's amazing. So not only am I appreciative, they're very appreciative of what we got going on over there.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Any other questions, Commissioners? Please.
Again, another shout out. Traveling to our New Mexico County conferences, being on several boards where we talk about RISE programs. Valencia County is very much always a shining example of how that program is run. So I want to congratulate Randy and his team. They make it look good. If you all know Grace Phillips, she really talks highly of how we handle our RISE program, and it's due to these folks working hard on it and making sure all those deliverables are met and doing good work for our detention center.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Any other questions, Commissioners? Being none, recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you, Commissioners. And on behalf of the RISE program, I'd like to introduce Mia Van. She is our programs manager. And Yasmin Sain, she's our program supervisor for the program. So I just wanted to see the faces. You've seen them on the newspaper. You've seen them on the New Mexico County's website. These are the girls that are actually making everything happen over there. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to them.
Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you being here. Please come up. You have the floor. Go ahead and say a few things if you'd like.
I'm just grateful for my program. I'm working very hard to make it an outstanding program. Like he said, I'm mentioned in a lot of counties for what I do, and I have had the privilege of having some counties come out and I train them how to run a rice program. So I'm very proud of that. So I'm very proud to be in the newspaper as well, because I'm working hard to keep this program going.
Hello, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm just glad that you guys were able to approve. This is all new to me. So I'm getting really, getting the hang of it. So, no, nothing else to say. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate all you do.
Mr. Chair, if you noticed it in there in that comment, and I think that's why we're so successful here in the county with many of our programs. They take ownership of these programs, and they really have an accountability to themselves as well as what we standards we hold them to. And I think that's why so many of our wonderful staff here at Valencia County make these programs work, because they feel like they have ownership of those programs, and you just see it on everybody's face. They want to do a good job for us, and they really do. So thank you all again. Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll move on. Item number 17, this is actually a resolution instead of an intergovernmental agreement. So this item is approval of a resolution with the Village of Los Lunas regarding the infrastructure coordination, planning approvals, and use of the site for a fire safety complex. Mr. Pato.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, thank you. So you have before you a draft item that would allow, or an item that would allow or authorize the manager to execute the IGA that we're going to need to have with the Village of Los Lunas pursuant to the purchase agreement we executed with the Central New Mexico Rail Park for development of that site for the fire safety complex. I sent a draft form of agreement to the Central New Mexico Rail Parks Council back on June 17th. I haven't heard back. And I want to get their blessing before we go ahead and transmit that to the village and negotiate the terms of the MOU with the village. And that MOU is simply going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to make clear that we're going to utilize that property solely for government fire safety purposes. And on the village's part, they will confirm the use of the property as a fire safety complex is permitted. They'll cooperate with and support necessary replatting and subdivision approvals, and they'll support infrastructure connections under standard conditions. So like I said, I drafted that IGA, I transmitted that to the attorney for the seller. I'm just looking for approval from this board to authorize the manager to execute that IGA once we get that into final form. And I stand for any questions from the board.
Any questions, Mr. Pato?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
So is this like a training facility?
This is going to be the fire safety complex out at the rail park.
So
I'll defer to John to further explain what's going to be happening out there.
So, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, if you recall, shortly after we closed on the property for the hospital, the folks from the Los Moros group approached us about, how we could assist them and maybe some entrance off of Highway 6 into the rail park. And Chief Prop had talked to me years ago about when we were discussing the event center out on Highway 6 and how we could maybe utilize a building that he was purchasing at that time. It's purchased and now we own the building. It's sitting in the yard. And how we can utilize that particular property we were discussing originally, and then it fell off when that kind of fell through. So I said, sure, yeah, we've got potentially public safety access. Maybe we can partner, and if you all can donate us the property, we can work on our side to getting that access for you off of Highway 6. So that's kind of the background and history on this particular thing. And we're just working through that now on acquiring the property so that we can get that fire station up and running, because that'll assist everybody on that west side of the county, specifically Highland Meadow, San Clemente area. It'll also, like the chief has said before, it'll lower our ISO rating overall for the county. It was a building originally purchased for this side of the complex, but due to our water issues here, they would have had to raise it so far that it would have taken up our entire parking lot on this side. So repurposed it and hopefully we can get this taken care of and have a great complex eventually on the West Mesa there.
Good enough. Commissioners, any questions, please?
Sorry, I thought when it said safety complex, it's the fire station on the rail park.
That's and it's
When you said safety complex, I was thinking something else.
Mr. Chair, Commissioner Bazell, right now it's going to be a firehouse, but I think eventually the chief wants to make it into that type of complex where he has, more staff and ambulance. So it's going to grow into something a lot bigger. And I think we're just starting off with that name versus changing it down the road.
Thank you.
Any other questions, commissioners? There be none. Recommendation, please.
Sure, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-44.
Okay, item 18, approval of a resolution authorizing the acquisition of real property be used for a fire safety complex. Mr. Pega.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, several weeks back, if not several months back, this board came out of executive session after discussing the potential acquisition of this property and authorized the county to move forward with the acquisition. We received a response from the title company asking for a resolution authorizing the purchase and the acquisition of the property. So that's what you have before you here is the draft resolution authorizing the acquisition of this particular property. I stand for any questions of the board.
Questions of Mr. Pado, commissioners? There's none. Is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Mr. Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, is approved.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-45.
Mr. Chair, while you all are signing that last sheet before executive session, I failed to bring up Deputy Chief Davis. Just kind of give us some pointers and give the public some pointers on this weekend coming up as far as 4th of July and the recent issues that we've had. So I know they're different, but just making sure people are safe and then obviously letting them know to attend the fireworks shows versus try and having them in their yard and stuff. So, Mr. Davis, if you don't mind.
Thank you, commissioners. Reference to fireworks, it's always been historically a bad time of the year, no matter what you look at it. With us, Valencia County as a whole, other than Peralta, we consider what we call safe and sane. Safe and sane are fireworks that have a 10-foot radius and 10 feet high, no higher than that is what's safe and sane. That's what's sold other than Peralta. Peralta sells whatever the state max allow they can do, which are the bad ones, which we have no control over, but fortunately it's in our backyard, which causes an issue. Difference between fireworks. If you see fireworks that say warning on it, those are the bad ones. Usually those are the ones that shoot up high, mortars, that type of situation. So reference to that. If you see fireworks that say caution, that means they emit sparks or they have a low tendency and not flying high up in the air, which is the safe and sane type firework. These type fireworks are mostly sold in the Peralta area and in other jurisdictions like Torrance County and so forth. So we would like people just to be careful with what they do. We know, as we've seen, how dry it is out there. The moisture and everything is so low, and of course, the rain and everything is hit and miss, so just be careful with that. If you see stuff, call into the dispatch as normal, they'll keep a track of it. Normally, we don't go to most of those calls unless there's an actual injury or a fire, just because it's too hard for our personnel because they're not being able to protect themselves, basically. So that kind of goes to the law enforcement side of it. So just be careful with that. If we're needed, Alpha City call us and we'll do everything we can to eliminate the situation. That's kind of the difference between fireworks. Any
Sure.
questions?
Any questions?
Mr. Chair,
Comments?
I know like Isleta just banned all fireworks. Is it something that we should look at?
Well, when it comes to banning fireworks, being we're a government agency, we cannot outright ban fireworks. There is state law that we cannot do it. Only the state legislature is the only one that can pull that plug. So, Isleta being a sovereign nation, I don't think they have to follow that for what they do. So that's why they're probably able to do that there. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. We can restrict them, but not ban them. That's how it works.
Okay.
Thank you for the clarification.
Any other questions, commissioners? There be none? Thank you for being with us this evening. Thank you guys for all you do. Share our thoughts and prayers with your crew, and hopefully everybody will have a safe Fourth.
We'll see. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Please.
one final shout out before we go. If you've noticed, Lachelle's been in the audience tonight. She's my assistant in my office, and just giving praise to everybody else. She's the one that definitely makes me look good. So I'm very appreciative of her, and she wanted to see how you guys all conduct business tonight, and very thankful for her doing what she does, and then as well as just being with us tonight, watching you guys conduct your meeting.
Well, Michelle, thank you for being with us. You're kind of the one behind the scenes that gets an awful lot of work done, and so we appreciate you daily. So thank you for all you do. We really do appreciate you. Anything else, commissioners?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
real quick, I just wanted to mention a little bit of talk about the flood control district. Those board member seats are all up for election in November, and the deadline to run for that is August 25th. Is that correct? Nance?
I think that's correct. Might want to ask the clerk.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Thought I'd put that out there also.
Good. Okay. All right. With that said, we're at the point on our agenda that calls for an executive session. Mr. Nance, would you please announce that?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. Pursuant to section 1015-1, the following matters may be discussed in closed session under personnel, 1015H2, Jonathan Aragon and the 10 department directors specifically listed. Under collective bargaining, 1015-1H5, AFSCME 18 blue collar reopener negotiations, AFSCME 18 detention reopener negotiations, IAFF, the Firefighters Association, Local 5399 reopener negotiations, and Valencia County Sheriff's Association, FOP, contract negotiations. Under pending or threatening litigation, 1015-1H7, Gobbledone versus Valencia County.
Okay. With that said, I need a motion to go into executive session for the stated reasons, please.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote? Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Mr. Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. We will return out shortly.